Alright, can we just talk about my new crafting problem? And by problem, I mean I'm having so much fun and I want to share it with you. So let me tell you what happened. I was watching Cynthia's video over at Stitching in the Light. She was talking about all the fall crafts that she wanted to do during the Great Pumpkin Sale, which is just this event that's going on Instagram. But she was going through her like fall crafting project box, and this is exactly what happened. I stopped the video, I ran downstairs, I got a pattern that I had bought a year ago but really thought I would never make, and immediately started it, like out of the blue. And this is a type of craft that I've never done before in my life. It was literally like I was possessed. What I'm talking about is primitive doll making, which is really weird. I don't know. It seems weird to me because I am not a primitive collector. I am not like necessarily drawn to like primitive decorations, but I kind of know what attracts me about it, and it is the wonkiness. I really love the wonkiness of some of the primitive crafts. I also was very inspired by Misty at Luminous Fiber Arts. I will link everybody that I talk about down below in case you aren't aware of them. She does different types of crafts now and then. She treats herself to just a crafty weekend where she gets to do whatever she wants, and it's lovely and rejuvenating for her. And I've always thought, oh, how nice. And then she comes, the things she makes are so cute. So anyway, last year she had made people aware that Liberty Creek Primitives on Etsy was having a sale, and all of their patterns were a couple dollars. And so I threw this in my cart and bought it. And this was the project that, for whatever reason, I had to hop up, go downstairs, and go ape wild on. Oh, I didn't write down her name. I'll put her name on the screen. I think her name is Liza, and I will link the product down below. But she's just this little pumpkin head girl and really cute. And I just started making her, and it turned out to be a lot of fun. Here's my primmy little pumpkin-headed girl so far. I started this last night, and I probably spent a little over an hour assembling these pieces. It was so much fun that if I hadn't have had kids to tuck in and life responsibilities, I would have just kept going because I was in the craft zone. And so far, this has been such an easy project. And whenever I get into a project that's easy and that I think is going to turn out really well, I'm automatically like, I should make 8. That's how fun this has been so far. I am at the cool part where I'm ready to paint and stain. So here's her body with her little arms. And what I really like about this style of project, I've never done something like this before, but I just love that you can just be really ugly with the edges, and that means you can do things really quickly in a craft frenzy. It's a lot of fun. I painted a room yesterday, that's why I have paint speckles all over my hands. Anyway, here's her head. See what I mean? Like, this didn't take very long because I don't have to be neat. So right now it's kind of hard to believe that this is going to turn out cute, but we're going to press ahead. I'm going to show you my painting and staining montage. Cue the montage. because I decided to try to darken my pumpkin head a little bit, it added a lot of paint onto that little head, so it's taking forever to dry in the oven. Like, it's been 10 minutes, people. I can't wait. So what did I do? I went downstairs and I printed out another primitive doll pattern. I'm out of control. I'm out of control, right? No, I'm gonna start Frankenstein. Like right now. So, drum roll please. Here is my first primitive doll. Here is the end result. I ended up using all of the instructions, followed it almost to a T with the supplies that I had on hand. I didn't have any wool for a scarf, so she got a scarf of Lady Dot Creates Dirty Face Lace. I think she's pretty cute. I will say I kind of wish I would have put more of a smile on her. You can see in the model photo she has a much smaller mouth, and I don't know, I can be a little bit picky about expressions. She's cute and I am going to enjoy her, but I don't know, sometimes you just look at something you've made and you're like, I think she's very cute, but I think I could have done her face a little bit better. The finishing details are what took me the longest. Sewing the pieces together, making the outfit was, look at this, some of the paint like baked weird. I don't know, you can't see it. But the little diddly details, like her face and finding a stick. What am I talking about? The little hand sewing at the end, like sewing together her skirt, gathering her skirt, sewing the buttons on her shirt, sewing her face, are really what added the most time to this project, because the second day of crafting, after I had made all the pieces, the day of painting and doing all the details added a lot more time onto this project than I thought there would be. I think Misty said something like that, of just like the same thing, that the finishing details take the longest and they're the most important. Make sure it looks cute. So that is Liza. In the midst of waiting for Liza's pumpkin head to bake in the oven, this is what happened. I literally went downstairs, bought a different primitive pattern from a different seller on Etsy, and got started on that one. I can't even explain myself. I think it was like built up like stress from moving. I've been hitting productivity so hard lately that I think my inner crafter just like, I had a Friday in which I didn't have a lot of life adult responsibilities for like the first time in a long time, and I just like imploded, and this is what I did all day. I don't even know. Okay, and so here you go. Okay, I ran out of polyfill and my craft fury is slowly subsiding, and so I'm good with that. Here's how far I got on Frankenstein by Chestnut Junction. He is adorable. I love everything about him, but especially his tiny feet. I got all the body parts cut out. I got the legs. I got the legs cut out. I got the arms cut out. Could you die? Could you die? Look at these thumbs. So satisfying. He is aqua green because I am trying to make do or make without. I don't have any Osnaburg or muslin left over, and he will probably get a paint job anyway, and so that's why he's aqua green. Look at this suit. Could you even? Because I can't. This is going to be so cute. Now, I don't think I'm going to do all the aging that this pattern calls for. He gets really, really roughed up. Maybe that's why he's so sad. He gets painted and sanded and stained on top of the paint and sanded again. He even gets scorched with the iron, which I was like, whoa! I don't know that I can purposely scorch things. I don't think I'm going to age him. I really like his suit how it is, and I kind of don't want to dirty it up. I will paint him a different color green and just kind of go from there, but I definitely need to get to the store before then to get more polyfill and these nails. So I had fun. Let the crafting adventures continue. All right, let's talk about Frankie. Now, I fully realize that Frankenstein's monster is not named Frankenstein, but that is the name of the pattern. This is by Chestnut Junction. They have a lot of cute prim doll patterns, but look at this guy. Look at him. Look at his feet. Oh my gosh. He's so cute. I'm sure I already mentioned that. But this is how he turned out. I can't even handle it. I can't even handle it. I think it's so weird that I am, how old am I? I'm 39 and I made this and it looks like a child's toy and I freaking love it so much. Okay, so let's talk about Frankenstein. He was, I would say, the same difficulty level as Liza was. There was a little extra sewing with, like, you gather his face to make his nose. He has legs, so he has extra body parts to make. He has one extra piece of clothing, but in general, he was just as easy to make. He's got a little more painting detail with his hair, but it was really fun to paint these. And his face has extra details. I gave him a smile and I pulled it kind of tight so it looks like he has a dimple. My family even thought it was cute. I felt a little weird making these things. I'm gonna be honest. My husband could have come up and been like, what on earth, why? I think he knows by now to just let me do my weirdo thing and not to comment, but when I was done with this, the whole family thought it was adorable. So he sits on my sewing table and I admire him. My 13-year-old daughter has kissed him several times. I went to Lowe's and got these big old fat bolts and stuck him in his neck. Okay, so I did not end up doing the aging on him at all. On his outfit, on his body, you are supposed to coffee stain pretty much everything. You're supposed to scorch his face with an iron, which I admit would probably add more grunginess and grotesqueness to the fact that he is a cobbled together monster, but I just really liked him looking clean. I think he looks adorable as is, and I just was afraid that in the end, if I coffee dyed and stained him, I might not like it. So I ended up keeping him clean, and you can really see the difference. Like, she obviously looks grungy, and he looks more modern because he's not all stained up. He is the modern Frankenstein. He is flippin' adorable, and yes, you could make this in a day if you had a free day. I think he's super cute. Disagree with me, I will fight you. So I don't know if I have a new hobby or that was just a weird crafting tangent that I went on, but I did end up purchasing a couple supplies for future primitive doll making. What will become of it, I don't know. I am making a couple gifts for friends, but those probably won't show up on my channel. I went and purchased a bunch of Osnaburg. This is the type of fabric that is recommended when you make your body parts and you paint them. It is a very, I don't even really know what it's made out of. I'm guessing cotton, but it's really stretchy, and it's really interesting what the paint does to it. It kind of makes it stiff. I'm like squashing her head. It makes it stiff. It's really, I really like this stuff, and it's super cheap. It's super cheap, so I just got a couple yards of it for future endeavors. I also tried a new kind of polyfill that I really like, and I might use it for future needlecraft, needlework finishes like pillows, because I really like how it feels. I was just at Joann's, I had run out of polyfill and needed some more for Frankie, and I saw this, and like, you know, when you're going to buy something for the 8th time and you're like, oh, there's a different kind, I should try that. So this one is called Crafter's Choice Dry Polyester Packing Fiberfill, and I don't know how to describe how this is different than regular polyfill. It's coarser and it packs better. It's not as fluffy. Sometimes polyfill annoys me with how like cloud-like it is. Am I making any sense? This one, I like how it packs better, and it's made from recyclable materials, which is awesome. But it's just has a different feel, and it packs differently. So if you don't like polyfill and how fluffy it is, maybe give this a go. I don't know. Aren't we always looking for different stuffing materials? I also finally gave up and bought myself a set of churning thingy-majigs, which is the technical term. I have needed these for a while, but I'm cheap and I never bought them, even though I knew they would probably make my life a little bit easier. This is just a set of like turning rods. So when you make little tiny fabric sleeves and you need to turn them inside out, it doesn't take you forever. You just insert one of these, insert the fabric sleeve over this tube, and then you like zoom it back out and it flips it in a matter of seconds. I bought this set for $10 on Amazon, and once again I am wishing that I wasn't such a stingy witch and that I would just buy tools that save me time and strife. What is my problem? I don't know. I will link this tool down below. The last tool that I absolutely needed, I don't think that you could make a primitive doll without these, is some long doll needles. These are by Dritz. They do make another, you can see these are really long needles, and you need them to get through pumpkins or big long Frankenstein heads to do those details. Dritz also makes a multi-pack This is just a 2-pack of the really long ones. They also make a multi-pack that I saw at Joann the other day that has, you know, maybe medium size doll needles. But I didn't find that I needed a smaller size. I was able to do all my detail work with just the really long needle, and you have to have these or your needle will just like disappear into your doll, obviously.